Yashodanandana Brajararanjana Yamuna Tira Vanatari Yamuna Tira Vanatari Jayo Radha Madhava Jaya Kunjari Vyari Jayo Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha Jayo Jagannatha Jayo Baladeva Subhadramayi Jaya Sudarshana Jayo Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Jayo Gandharvika Giridhari Gandharvika Giridhari Gaura Hari Jayo Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jayo Jaya Prabhupada Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritam Naram Chaivam Naratam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Natyamraya Bhadretu Nitya Bhagavateya Bhagavate Uttamastoke Bhakti Bhavantanayaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandaraya Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langarate Gire Yatkatratamagam Vande Sri Guru Dinataranam Paramanandam Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Isharam Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. I seek blessing from all the devotees so that I can speak Bhagavatam in the parampara for the pleasure of Krishna and the devotees and my own purification. So today we will be reciting the second canto, first chapter, the first step in God realization, sloka number 21. You can all recite along with me. Yashyam Sandaryam Mananayam Yogino Bhakti Lakshana Asu Sampadyate Yoga Ashrayam Bhadram Ikshaha Yashyam Sandaryam Mananayam Yoginam Bhakti Lakshanaha Asu Sampadyate Yoga Ashrayam Bhadram Ikshaha Yashyam Sandaryam Mananayam Yoginam Bhakti Lakshanaha Asu Sampadyate Yoga Ashrayam Bhadram Ikshaha. Word by word meaning. Yashyam, by the such systematic remembrance, Sandayam Anaha, Sandaryam Mananayam, and thus be fixed in the habit of Yogina, the mystic, Bhakti Lakshanaha, being practiced to the devotional system, also very soon, Sampadyate, attain success, Yoga, connected with the devotional service, Ashrayam, under the shelter of Bhadram, the all good, Ikshaha, which seeing that. Translation purport by this grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta is Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation: O King, by this system of remembrance and by being fixed in the habit of seeing the all good personal conception of the Lord, one can very soon attain devotional service to the Lord under His direct shelter. Purport: the success of mystic performance is achieved only by the help of their devotional attitude. Pantheism, or system of feeling presence of the Almighty everywhere, is a sort of training of the mind to become accustomed to the devotional conception. And it is this devotional attitude of the mystic that makes possible the successful termination of such mystic attempt. One is not, however, elevated to such a successful status without the tinge of mixture in devotional service. The devotional atmosphere creates by pantheistic vision develop into the devotional service in later days, and that is the only benefit for the impersonalist. It is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 12.5 that the impersonal way of self-realization is more troublesome because it reaches the goal in an indirect way. Although the impersonalists also become obsessed with the personal future of the Lord after a long time. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjalashalakya Chachurmalitam Mena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Swapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Tadam Bisham Padam Kyam Vandeham Shri Guru Shivata Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Saganarnatam Tamidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Visakam Cha E Krishna Karna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopeshta Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namoste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Devi Pranamami Haripre Vancha Kalpadrupasha Kripa Sundeva Cha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasarika Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Pangajanabhaya Namo Pangajamalini Namo Pangajanetraya Namaste Pangajangiriye. Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for once again for the Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. Today we will be discussing the last stage of the Ashtanga Yoga. Very interesting. We will be discussing more elaborate to understand the depth of the subject. Tomorrow onwards there is a new topic will go on. So let us understand before we move on to the next topic. So we know that Vedic literature, the process of understanding the realization of absolute truth is referred as a darshan. So devotees should understand that the word means darshan means the Vedic way of understanding the realization of absolute truth. The knowledge through which we can connect with the divine God. For Vaishnava we call it as a Krishna or Rama. For such we call it as Sat Darshana. Sat means six way of approaching the divinity, and all the profounders of the six darshanas are all sitting in the Sukadeva, in the assembly of the Ganges, along with Parikshit Maharaj. Those who are profound in different philosophy system, as we know the Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Mimamsa, Sankhya, Yoga and Vedanta are all the six darshans, and all profounder of the six systems are present in front of Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami was selected by all of them, and he is a chairman of the meeting, where the questions of Parikshit Maharaj has been asked to answer by the Sukadeva Goswami. So everybody accepted, all the great sages, they accepted Sukadeva Goswami to answer to the questions. Typically in a meeting what happens is, usually a chairman thinks that he is the one who is going to make the discussion, he is going to make the decision, so he comes with his own agenda. Although the agenda is set by the secretary and the chairpersons, so that everyone concerns are addressed. This is how the meeting happens. But actually the ideal chairman is a facilitator. He should navigate the meeting. He gives everyone a chance to speak and hear and give their views that are not rejected, accepted or considered important. This is a very good message for the devotees, because they frequently conduct a Bhakti Vishwa meeting and Maga Sammela meeting. So many meetings they conduct among the devotees. So in the meeting, the chairperson, how to behave is clearly given for ideal. An expert chairman helps everyone to come agree on some point, although they may not have started with a disagreed initially. So Sukadeva Goswami also as an expert presenter of Srimad Bhagavatam, Dharma, he speaks in a way that everyone feels accepted. So he beautifully navigates the meeting. Everybody is accepting it because everyone feels recognized. So that is how the chairperson has to lead the meeting. Every participant is important and every person has to feel that he has been recognized and everyone feels that his point has been noted. So, and his presence is been noted. So this is how the chairperson has to behave. He stated in the describing from, so Sukadeva Goswami here he started with the describing of Ashtanga Yoga. How a person about to die should not be afraid. What he has to do? He has to go to a secular place, bathe in a holy water, then purify body and the consciousness, sit in a stable asana, perform pranayama and other steps, dhyana, dharana, samadhi. So this is one by one, Sukadeva Goswami was going on explaining in each verses starting from 16 onwards. Sukadeva Goswami described all the steps in a very briefly from the first sloka till 20th. Sufficiently made Parshit to understand that the material way of life is useless and the only way to become happy is to come to the point of seeking the self-realization. The steps are Ashtanga Yoga. So he's teaching that how to come to the self-realization stage by practicing through the Ashtanga Yoga. So from 22 onwards, that means tomorrow's sloka onwards, Parshit Maharaj asks a specific question. How to fix the mind, the conception of Lord, on the concept, how to fix the mind on the conception of the Lord. Then Sukadeva Goswami takes the discussion further. From there onwards, it keep moving. So that's why tomorrow's class will be a turning point for us. So let us all focus and hear about what Sukadeva Goswami wanted to tell. So today is the last class of Ashtanga Yoga. So let us understand before we jump to the new topic. Usually Ashtanga Yoga practitioners, they connected with impersonalism future. As it is discussed in the purport also. So purport told pantheism. That means the process by which one feels the presence of Almighty everywhere. So pantheism means feels Lord is in everywhere. That is generally, if you go and meet any neophyte devotee, they will say that, oh, Lord is everywhere present. Pantheism doesn't mean that everything is God. Generally, people interpret, so wrongly they interpret, everything is God only. No. There is the huge difference between the Almighty is in everything and everything is God, like that. By seeing the manifestation, that's how that there is one missionary, they said, I am God, you are also God. They preach like that. And they ask to meditate on the same terms in the sloka form. And so these are the misguiding of the people. By seeing the manifestation of the divine, though all different things we see in this world, although we see the different things in this world, experiencing in this world, and that is quite an impersonal way of connecting with the divine. So whatever we say, it is an impersonal way. It's not direct Lord. When a Vaishnava hears this, our immediate reaction is rejecting it. Oh, somebody tells that Lord is everything. So we simply reject. Impersonal, the moment they talk about impersonal, we say that sorry, we reject it. No. But actually, if you see in the Bhagavad Gita, which is spoken by Krishna himself, Krishna didn't reject it. The impersonal form is one of the future of the personality. So, Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. So, one of the future is the impersonal also. So, we should accept it. We all sometimes tend to be impersonal. So, let us understand what you mean by impersonal. So, we also tend to be. Does it mean that we don't have personal experience? No, we also have the personal experience also. But impersonal intention or behavior may many times towards those who don't want to disturb our own means. So it means for you to understand easily, sometimes you get a phone call from your distant relatives. So you don't want to attend the call. What you do is you give the phone to your wife and ask her to answer, and she has to tell what you want to tell. So that means it is indirect way of speech. That is the imperialism. So example, another example we can take is that there's a doorbell. No, when somebody rings, then from inside you get a call. Who's that? Then the person standing outside the door, he says that I'm so and so. Then he says that he also replies that why he has come. Then you will tell that okay, keep it on the basket or on the doorstep and you can leave. So there's a conversation happen between these two people without physical contact, only the sound formation. While the person near the door is conversing, he may not able to see the person inside house. He feels someone inside in an impersonal form. So he knows that there is a person, but he is in an impersonal form, the sound. Sometimes someone may supply newspaper to your house, milk, vegetables and all. He may not be, he may not have seen you in lifetime also. His duty is morning he comes, he delivers, he goes back, and you make payment through the Google Pay. That's end up. There's no physical contact, no personal contact with each other. So sometimes someone may, okay, so this is what we have to understand what you mean by impersonalism. So that doesn't mean that impersonal feature is not part of personality. So it is not that way. It is a personality only. It is a fact that it depends on the conception of the personality. So that's why we are saying that the personality is thesis and impersonal is antithesis of it. So without one, the other opposition is opposite not there. So I heard recently one of the lecture also. In that he says that a person from he replies a question: is your husband is there? Then she will tell that wife will from inside she will reply, he is not there now. That means she is accepting that she has a husband. So similarly here also, impersonalism means there is a personalism available. So that is what the clarity we should have. Unless there is some principle, there cannot be opposite principle. The impersonalism rejection of personality, what it comes first is a personal and then impersonal. That's what I was trying to explain. The reaction of rejection, the impersonalism is not a very inappropriate. In Bhagavad Gita also, 9th chapter it says that, Mayam, in that sloka it says, I am in the unmanifested form, the entire universe pervaded by me. So everything, I am in the unmanifested form, I am available. Krishna says. Mataswaram. So by means of I am, by all the means I am, but I am not there. So everything is belonging, but he is not physically there. So example is sky in the air. So we are seeing the sky, we are seeing the air also there. But we know that they are separated. So sky is different, air is different. Okay, but they cannot be perceived differently. So they are mixed with each other only. When you see the sky, you can see the air. They both are present only. Similarly, I am present everywhere, but not present in it. So this is what the Krishna is trying to tell. The presently everywhere, what Krishna is saying that presently everywhere means he is talking about the energy manifestation. He is in the impersonal form. Just like a doorbell, now when you hear a voice, that means that is energy of the person. So it's not physically didn't come the voice, the sound formation of energy. When we experience Krishna or the divine in different manifestation of in this world, this is connected with the personality through that of energy. So whatever we experience is all through the energy of the Lord only. In the second canto, third chapter, it is described that meditation or yoga, where yogi focus on pantheism of the ideal. The idea spoken here is the Virata Purusha. So Virata Purusha means he gave darshan Krishna given darshan to the Arjuna. So that is for those who are too attached to the matter. So if you are too much attached, you can able to see the Virat. That means Lord's present in everything. So they can see. They are trained in pantheism of the Almighty system. That they have been trained. It is sort of training the mind comes into the devotional conception. You are training that this is the way it has to be trained. To see everything is connected with the divine. So for you to easily understand it, in India we generally say that okay, you should not touch leg or foot on the any items. So that is the culture. So nobody touches. Even if they by accidentally touches, they ask for a pardon for that. They take forgiveness for that act. So even the shoe has to be kept properly, respectfully. So this is what the training. The training is that by training the mind, they are pursuing that everything is Lord. That's what impressionism talks about. These are the preliminary steps to enter into the more confidential part of the God. So the stage, first you understand everything belongs to Lord, and then you can understand that more confidential part. The impersonality is not rejected but readjusted. So what we have to understand is it is not straight away rejected the impersonalism, but we have to readjust it to understand how manifestations of the divine. Krishna also told in the Bhagavad Gita that I am the taste of the water, I am the fragrance of the flower, I am the sound in the ether, ability in the man, and the intelligence of intelligence. So he is going on describing that, what he is. So by this, everything is possible. By the energy of the divine, we can feel by proper understanding of analysis that we can understand that we are never separated from God. So that means everything is there. So if you are properly analysis, you can able to understand. A person can start connecting with Krishna by his or her meditation. So we can connect it with meditation. So as I also said that even devotee comes and meditate on Lord. Even the impersonalist also comes and meditate on the impersonalism, and finally I concluded with the personalism. He mentioned how to meditate. So meditation in the form of Lord Vishnu who is present in the heart. So in the Ashtanga Yoga they say that meditate on the personality of Godhead in his heart. So Bhagavad Gita 8th chapter says that what is the state of Samadhi? So we heard about Samadhi, what is that state? How to concentrate your mind. At the end of your life, you can enter into the spiritual world. How is it possible? Only by we fix our concentration in the Samadhi. So by concentrating in Samadhi, so we can able to do it. Then you will ask that, what do you mean by Samadhi? The deepest meditation as a trance, what it says. The practice not let your mind to be distracted with anything of this material world. So that's what 2 days back we heard from that. When Vishwamitra was in Samadhi, he got disturbed by the ankle bell of the Menaka. So the practice, how the practice is, not let your mind be distracted with anything of this material world. So do anything, conception of false shelter of this world. So anything in this world is all false shelter. Then what to do? How do we have to control the mind? By taking shelter of the divine Krishna, who is a Parama Purusha Divyam, who is a transcendental and constant meditation, constant practice. These are the first we have to fix our mind in the Lord, so that now we can concentrate and practice it. That's how a person can be fix the mind, and it starts with the expectation that Krishna is everything and everywhere. So it starts with that, then it goes. Krishna says that you people only stop in there itself and not further proceeding on that. So that's how it's incomplete. In the purport, it says that only benefit to the impersonators is that only devotional atmosphere creates with a fantastic version devotion, at least a devotional atmosphere is creating there. Develop and devotion in the later days. So after by continuously practicing, one day they will reach the devotional practice. In Bhagavad Gita 7th chapter says that Krishna says, after many births, you may surrender unto me. Such a soul is very rare. So he says that there are thousands of people, one person may accept that Krishna is there. Then like that there's out of the so many people who are have faith, they will continue that. So he says that it's very rare. There will be millions of people, one person may go to the Krishna. So this is a very rare case. You may take practice. The ultimate person will come to his service. So when you do service, he will come. This system of remembrance of Ashtanga Yoga, Dana, Dharana, Samadhi. So these are the steps of Ashtanga Yoga. Let's take another example. In your very popular place in India is Rishikesh. So Rishikesh is a place called, there's a place in the Rishikesh called Tapavan. There are so many caves in that and many sages goes and meditate for there. So but now due to lack of proper teachers and cosmopolitan and deviation, many people, they commercialize that and now it become a Bhagavan. Instead of Tapavan, it become a Bhagavan now. That means people sense gratification. People come from Delhi for enjoyment. It is very famous now. Water rafting, adventure. But Rishikesh means, Rishi means Krishna and the senses, and the name of Krishna, that means he is a master of senses. That's what it means. But what happens there is they let loose their senses. People who are coming, they are losing their senses. It is a very pathetic situation. Morning they will do the practice of asanas and the evening they will freak out in the party. So the goal is not achieved. So this is the modern days of India in what's happening. So nowadays people's conception of Ashtanga Yoga is asana and pranayama. So there is only, so sit erect, do pranayama. This is what there. But not even yama and niyama. So they are not living house, going to forest and do the bathing and other process. So they are not following any rules and regulations. But the real fruit of asana, what Prabhupada says is, person develop the devotional service in later days. So if you do properly, slowly you will develop a taste for devotion. By meditating on Vishnu, by rendering service to the Lord, and by remembrance. So a systematic approach, by doing that, you are able to do the devotional service. That is ultimately you will be able to do that. There are schools and ashramas in olden times which are very impersonal. So perfect there. They follow the Advaita philosophy. Now the perfect Advaita is, we can say that Adi Sankaracharya. He is also Vaishnava only. So very famous song. In the end he sang that Bhaja Govindam Govindam. So he said that give up everything, just simply surrender to Krishna. So this is what happens exactly. Nowadays we say that there is no perfect impersonality, they are all mixed people only. So Srila Prabhupada says that success of mystic performance can be achieved. Even a mystic performance can be achieved by the help of the devotional attitude. The attitude should be devotional, then only. There has to be a tinge of devotional conception for achieving in any path. So you should have tinge of devotion should be there. Even there was some time back we quoted an example, one magician, very famous magician, Sarkar. So he was entertaining the Prabhupada and Prabhupada was laughing. And so There he says that he was asking that Sarkar, is there any magic which can show you that realization of soul? He said, no, Prabhupada, only you can do that. So he also, whatever the thing they do, they are all pray to the Lord for their service. So this is what it says. That there are ashramas are 50 years and more than that in Rishikesh where they do Akanta Bhajan. Sri Sri Gandhara Giridhar Mahaprabhu ji. Akanta Bhajan, Harinam. They are going on, that is going on two places in the banks of Ganga. 24/7 they sang the song Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Even today it is there. It is way back, 50 years back itself they started that system. We are too late to enter to Rishikesh. We are also, they were chanting for so many years. So we should understand that imperialism is a feature of Lord. It is a feature of the Lord only, not to be rejected and understood in a proper perspective. We have to understand in a proper perspective. Krishna maintains to keep those who are not very much personally inclined to Krishna. So he also keep distance from people who are not personally inclined to Krishna, to keep them at distance. In Bhagavad Gita it says this, he only says, Nagam, in that sloka he says that I deserve my right not to reveal myself fully to everyone. Yes, a right. We also have that breach of personal space, we say that. Breach means keeping distance. Sorry, excuse me. Breach means crossing over. So, poking to the other's personal life. So people don't want to be disturbed in their personal space. They want to keep their personal details safely. Right to privacy, in the legal they used to say that. These are the words. Breach of personal space, right to privacy, all the things. And so many laws that no one should share any of your personal agreement to give it to somebody. So personal things should not be shared to somebody. It's all there in the law itself. If you don't want to connect it to somebody, nobody should be, you are not supposed to be forced. So this is how that. So Krishna also is a supreme independent. He is not a dependent. He is a supreme independent. He has a supreme rights of privacy. So he also has a privacy on that. If he sees somebody not properly aligned with the Krishna, what he wants, Krishna keeps them away. Devotees should understand that. What Krishna wants, you should be aligned with that. So you don't come with your own rules and regulation and accept what you want to do that to Krishna. No. We have to do what Krishna wants. Krishna keeps them away, and then he started, because why he is keeping them? Because they will start disturbing Krishna. So you also see in this, some cracky boys will be there. People generally they will keep them away from the normal thing because they will go on disturbing. So this is how we have experienced also. The right to privacy Krishna also has. So he also has that. It is not like he is hateful to them. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter that Tamoham, there he says that I am equal to everyone. I am equally disposed. I really love everyone. But those who are favorably connected with me are my devotee, they are my friends. So devotees should understand, you should be connected to the devotee who are favorable to Krishna, not against Krishna. That's why we say that people who are gossiping, you should not have friendship with them, because their gossip is away from Krishna. It will take you away your bhakti also. So we should be very careful. Who are gossiping, who are bad mouthing about ISKCON and the management and so many things. So such people you should keep distance. They will pollute your mind. Bhagavad Gita 9.29. If someone renders service not in my way, that is not service at all. It is a imposition. So service means do things what other people want. So first we have to understand. If you ask, please give me service, that means you are asking what he wants to do in that. It is rendering and not the way you wanted. Some people you might have seen that, Prabhu, give me service. I want to do chandan paste. But after giving service, no, they go on gossiping, they go on rolling their stick, pouring water, but without any concentration, and so what happened at the end, you will not get the pulse from the table. So it is, he want to show that he is doing service, but he don't want to do service what Krishna the way he wanted. So as a devotee, we should be very careful when you accepting a service. It should be the way the organizer wanted, the way Krishna wanted it, not the way you want to do the things. Krishna is equal to everyone, but for those who favorably render service to them, I am in them and they are in me. This is what is we have to understand. Rendering service to me in devotion is a friend. So generalized one is he is a friend. Okay, he is in me and I am also friend to them. But when you are doing a service which is favorable to Krishna, then Krishna merges. I am there and he is also in me. So many people in that path, they want to practice yoga such a way of to divine that they feel that Paramatma is the heart. So they feel that. Recently also I was talking to one Mataji. She sees that she has a Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. When she lost that, actually during the Rath Yatra, she gave that Jagannath Baldev to keep it in the cart. But due to some argument, misconception by the various devotees, and they are kept aside. So when the Rath came to the position, she couldn't be able to see that his personal Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. When she asked that, she was going on searching for a week long. She didn't get. Every day she goes to the same Maidan, asking the people who are there in the Maidan whether anybody seen the Jagannath. So this shows that they are keeping the Jagannath in their heart, so much of love. So in such people, even Krishna says that that person, Krishna is also in that person's heart. So one day she got a message that it is in the Sankirtan stall, so she went and collected it. So it's a bhava, viraha bhava kind. So shows that. That means it is for other to see that how much she loves that Jagannath. We also want to experience Krishna in our heart. But Krishna also wants to experience a devotee in his heart. So such a devotion is that E bhajante mam. So in that Bhagavad Gita sloka he says that. So where the devotees wanted Krishna in their heart, Krishna also in their heart also. Example, let's see an example for a better understanding of this. When Rama was writing a diary, Hanuman happened to see that. He is having curiosity, he asked it, what are you writing? He said that, I am writing the names of the people who remember me, so much love and devotion. I keep note of all the names of them. Hanuman was so curious, he went and asked it. He said, my name is there in the list. Rama says no. Then Hanuman felt very bad. Oh, I'm not remembering the Lord way he wanted me to remember. My name is not there. Rama understood his anxiety of Hanuman, and then he understood the pulse. Then he took out one small diary. We call it as a packet diary, which is kept in the packet, which is closer to our heart. So in that, he opened it and there's a list of names were there. He showed to Hanuman. There the first name is Hanuman. Then Hanuman asked, what is this diary? He said that this diary is very dear to me, where I started remembering the person who are dear to me. So when Lord is remembering, the person is much more than the person who remembers the Lord. So this is a message for the devotees. The point is that how we should incline and align to satisfy ourselves, our need, or one should satisfy Krishna's or Rama. So generally it happens that if somebody says to do this, we will not do that. We say that no, it should not be done like that, it should be like this. So because he is comfortable to do that way he wanted it, that service. So it is not that. When service means it should satisfy the Lord. We are all going and doing service for the pleasure of Lord, not that one should get pampered or one should get famous because of his service. Krishna says, I am giving equal opportunity to you all. It's up to you how you take the opportunity. Those who don't go beyond the impersonal conception, sometimes we told them Mayavadis. Those who are through this conception, holding this understanding that ultimately God is impersonal, He doesn't have form. So impersonal, they debate, going on debate, and they conclude that their understanding is like that, okay, God doesn't have a form, it's all impersonal. So one of my relatives also, he meditates daily, he follows the Ashtanga Yoga. Even today he won't agree. He says that the Lord doesn't have form, there's no point keeping the offering to the Lord, he's not going to eat. So all these things are in their mind. The conception also came. Why? When they say that God doesn't have form, they actually reject the personality of the Godhead, which we see that way. So let's understand from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, once he went to the pastime, in his pastime, once he went to the Murari Bhakta house and he was telling that, how can Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that, speak the glories about me. Can Murari Bhakta say that? How can I chant? I am an ignorant fool. How can I chant your glories? So this is the mood of the devotee, pure devotee. He put himself down, but he was glorifying the Lord, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, but other side is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that there is one rascal in Varanasi, try to cut my leg and reject my personal futures. What he is mentioning is a Prakash Nanda Saraswati. So that Mayavadi philosopher, he is addressing that. This fellow doesn't understand he is suffering from leprosy because of his misconception of rejection of me. So my form. So because he is rejecting, he is not understanding. So that's how Lord also feels the pain. This is also came out of pain. Krishna also person, no person wants a pain. If a person does not really understand them, he misaligns. So this generally happens in a marriage life or lovers who fall in love. So there is always a misalignment because understanding is not 100%. Rather create his own conception about the other person. Then it hurts them more. To limit them to this and that, what we have to say that God is only the person. No. We have to say that He is both impersonal and personal also. He is in the form of impersonal, is a form of energy. If you try to write the spelling of impersonal, if you split it, then it reads as I am personal. The word itself says that the Lord is in personal form only. How to connect with the God is more important. The process of devotional service, while speaking in that way, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that hearing pantheism to understand the divine. To understand the divine only, that topic. After speaking this type of yoga, he will start giving more detail of other process. Finally, bhakti, which is all the darshan. The different process approaches the divine. When Vyasadeva, he summarized everything in Vedanta, the end of all the process called process of knowledge, the Vedanta present in the form of the Vedanta Sutra. He wrote Vedanta, then summarize of all the things is called Vedanta Sutra. Sukadeva Goswami also started speaking in Srimad Bhagavatam. The natural commentary of Vedanta Sutra is Srimad Bhagavatam. If we are very carefully and properly aligned with that desire of the Lord, so we approach the Lord, then Krishna is very merciful. Even rejecting the impersonal form of the Lord is not appropriate. That's what we have to understand. Because if we don't see the Lord everywhere, how much love we have to for Lord. So we can't feel that. So we have to see Lord in everywhere. Then only the love we can show to it. It is like for a devotee we say that Lord sends his children's wife, guru, everybody, his family, friends, everybody. Devotee should feel like that. That means Lord is there in every part and of them. He should not use them for the personal use. He should use them for the service of the Lord. So this is what the understanding we should have. The superimposing of love of Krishna in something else, who doesn't even care for that. The real love of speaking in Bhagavad Gita is Arjuna speaking 10th canto. Tells Krishna that, please tell me how I can see you everywhere. So he is asking question to Krishna. Everything you see in this world is a fragment of my unlimited energy. Krishna replies that. It's a fragment of unlimited energy. Very small what we are seeing in this world. How much I can explain? 40 odd things he is given in the Bhagavad Gita. You can see me in this, you can see me in that. Like example is, among the water I am the Ganges. It is up to you, you see me in everywhere. He said that among the Daityas, among the Dharanas, he is going on explaining who is the best. He is the best. So it is up to us. If we don't see everything, Lord, then how do we appreciate Krishna? So best he is going on explaining. If we don't see everything, then how we can appreciate Krishna? So among the river, Ganga is best. Among the mountain, Govardhan. So like that he is going on saying that. Chapter 6, one who sees me everywhere sees everything in me. Never lost or he ever lost. Krishna explains in this manifestation in this material world. Everything is we have. So what we have sufficient respect for Krishna's energy. Also for Krishna. That's why we develop love towards the Lord. And we have that love. Krishna says, such a person I bring him back to me. So this is a message for devotee that how Krishna takes him back is when you love everything, then only you should have. That's what that Uttam Adhikari sees that dog eater, and Chandala, elephant, and human, everything he sees the Atma. He sees everything equal. So that level he's there. So he loves. So in the Bhagavad Gita, it says that Manmana Bhakta, once constantly thinking of me, offer obeisance to me, become my devotee, such a person I promise I bring them to me. So this is a message for the devotee how he can go back. The message is constantly we have to think Krishna, offer obeisance to him and become a devotee of him. Such a person, no, Krishna takes him back. In that, he says that this is my vow. He promised that. We understand, though the pages in the Srimad Bhagavatam, how to develop love, everlasting love, which is that in this world we keep evaporating very few days, months and years. So what we see the love in this material world, it will evaporate shortly. So but love towards Krishna is ever. That is what the example is said that love towards that lovers, love towards that family members, love towards that slowly diminishes as the day passes. How unfortunate we are. So we are giving so much of emphasis on the which is diminishing one, but we are not giving importance to the love of God. It is the easiest process of connecting with Krishna is the process of chanting. The conclusion of today's sloka is that the easiest process of connecting with Krishna is the chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hearing the Bhagavatam is the other form of the sound vibration. As we know that even in the material world, people develop love towards the constantly thinking of his or her name. If you really want to develop love towards the Lord, then we have to chant the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And here Nityam Bhagavatam, so that now our heart is purified and we are qualified to go back home, back to God. Hare Krishna, Gandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Gopal. Oh.